by AEW, and I can't wait because that's going to be really good. And yeah, Adam Page and Pac's the first officially announced match to my knowledge because I haven't seen any graphics otherwise. Um, yep, there it is. Hangman Adam Page versus Pac. That'll be interesting. Obviously, you pretty much have it confirmed that you're having Jericho and Omega on the card as well, based on their standoff at the end of that presser. You also have, actually, you do also have confirmed the six-man tag SoCal Uncensored versus three talents from OWE, which will be led by Shima, or Shima, I forget how they formally pronounce it, and two other members of the OWE roster, which should be very interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that kind of pulls off. And then another match that they kind of led on to was the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers of Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. Ray Phoenix, unfortunately, this past weekend suffered an injury. To what extent, I haven't seen anything in regards to that, other than he's okay and he just needs to rest, which is fine. So that's probably going to be in the works here. So it's and then what was the other one they were saying? I think they were kind of setting up Kylie Ray and Nyla Rose, which is interesting. Let me get into that here for a second. Now that I mentioned Nyla Rose is a transgender athlete. I had no clue about this until I was on the next day or that night even. There's articles being posted about how Nyla is the first transgender athlete to be signed to a major wrestling promotion. And you see that, and it's great because on the same night they announced Sonny Kiss, openly gay man, signed to AEW, and Nyla Rose, a transgender athlete, signing to AEW. And I posted this on Twitter on somebody's page, and I said, and I still feel this way, that those two signings should be applauded more, and should be more widely recognized, because you look at Vince McMahon and the Authority, or the McMahon family. They come on and they're making changes, new faces, new this and that. Yet they're giving you Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg on TV against Elias, and they're giving you a Ric Flair celebration, it's Ric Flair. He's a Hall of Famer, two-time Hall of Famer, one of, if not the greatest wrestler to ever do it, one of the biggest draws in the wrestling business, certainly. And they really AEW is giving you fresh faces, and they're keeping promises. Like, the fans are the authority. This is what the fans want to see. Now, I don't think a lot of fans really wanted to see Jeff Jarrett versus Elias. I don't think a lot of fans wanted to see, a lot of the crap that they've been putting on Raw lately. Although Raw and SmackDown this past week were both actually pretty decent. Leo Rush versus Finn Balor was a really good match, but I digress. So, to the point that I was originally making with Nyla and Sonny, I follow Perro on Twitter. He was one of the 8 men who competed in the NWA National Championship Tournament. And, it was the 2 4-way matches. And in the NWA match, they broadcasted it that Perro is an openly gay man as well. And he's been very open and vocal about someone of the LGBTQ community. I hope I'm saying it right, and if I'm not, I do apologize. That there should be companies that are, giving these men and women a chance. Now, Sonya Deville is a gay athlete as well. She, the whole point that Para was saying basically is that there should be more representation from that community, and I agree. Darren Young didn't really get much of a shine after his coming out, pretty much, and that was a shame because Darren Young is really a very good, talented athlete and wrestler. But with those two signings, Sunny Kiss is really very good. So is Nyla. Nyla just got off a tour of Japan not too long ago. For what company, I don't remember. But she was defending the Warriors of Wrestling Women's Championship over in Japan. And Sunny Kiss, Warriors of Wrestling World Champion. It's, again, they're leading by example. And they said in their first presser in Jacksonville, whether I'm paraphrasing right now, but race, gender, sexual orientation, or identity doesn't matter to them. If you're good, they want you there. And they're making good on their word so far with those two signings, just those two signings by themselves. And they should be commended for it, and I commend them for it. And I know many others are too, but it should be more widely celebrated that they are doing that. They're leading by example. They're putting pressure on others to do just that. So, good job by everyone at AEW for, doing what's right. And another thing I didn't really make mention of, which I should have for the presser in Las Vegas. Number one, I was very jealous that they're all there because Vegas, my home away from home. I love it there. But I wanted to, you could already tell from the first presser in Jacksonville to this presser now in Vegas, the production is leaps and bounds better than the first production. The staging was cool. The sound was still a little wonky, but what are you going to do? I'm not complaining about that. But the overall presentation was so much better, and you could tell. And I remember, I believe it was either Billy Gunn or Jericho. I can't remember who said it on an interview. That they're signing great talents, on paper. The ones that are going to be on TV all the time. Like a Jimmy Havoc, Sunny Kiss, Nyla Rose. Obviously, the signings of Kenny Omega, Pentagon Jr., Ray Phoenix, best friends of Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor. That's a great signing, by the way. SCU, Kylie Ray, Britt Baker, and the women from Japan, and the OWE and AAA partnerships now, which the AAA partnership is huge. So they're doing big things as far as the wrestling talent is concerned. And they also hired Billy Gunn as a producer, which I'm sure he's going to get airtime. And Jungle Boy is another one that was actually a good signing too from them. But they're doing it, and one of them, I really wish I remembered who said it. It was either Jericho or Gunn. But one of them has said that, all right, what they're seeing on TV, these fans are seeing the talents that they're signing to compete, but they're not noticing that the Khan family and Cody and the Bucks, and along with other people who are advising them along the way, are signing some of the best talents in the business behind the scenes. For production, for camera, for lighting, for crew, like they're doing everything in their power to get the best people to help them make every part of the show that much better. And it really showed with the quality of production that the presser had in Vegas as opposed to Jacksonville. I said it Thursday. I said it from the very first moment that they had the Double or Nothing, the Jacksonville press conference, that they are going to run out of that Jaguar Stadium, in which the Khans own. You know, because supposedly, and I read this somewhere on Twitter, that supposedly they had over 12,000 pre-sale requests. 12,000 pre-sale requests. That's unbelievable for a brand new company. And they sold out Double or Nothing under an hour. Or, I don't know, it was in very short order. That I can't remember the exact timing. But they sold out Double or Nothing, Cody and the Bucks. 10,000 seats. 10,000 plus seats, which was amazing. So they sold that out. Then now they're on the verge of selling out Double or Nothing. The amount of requests that they're getting, the pre-sale requests, and the tickets haven't even gone. I mean, the pre-sale ended tonight, so this is actually a really big deal, because this is a brand new company. They have the star power behind them. They have, they have Jericho. They have a lot of the guys on the independent, guys and girls of the independents, that will be bringing in a different breed of fan into the company, which is awesome. They have Jericho for the casual fan. I'm sure along the way they'll have more talent signings that the casual fan will know. If not for Double or Nothing, then definitely for something else. Wouldn't that be something? I know people would scream and riot at this, but imagine if Sting appeared at Double or Nothing for a match. He's already a part of StarCast. And by the way, that StarCast roster of talents coming on is awesome at the moment. The two big names that I know of, the three, Tony Schiavone, Bret Hart, Sting. And there's a bunch of others that are being signed left and right, or being confirmed. They'll be in Vegas for this StarCast 2. So, but there's also a lot of questions amongst all the excitement around AEW. I'll raise a couple of those questions now. First question. All these talents that they're signing, whether it be, from the top, Kenny Omega, well, he's an executive vice president too, which, by the way, and I know during my reaction, I made the reaction of, oh, well, that's an interesting move. Kenny is executive vice president. And the talents like the Lucha Brothers, who I guess are under contract with MLW still, with Impact, with Lucha Underground, I believe. Sonny Kiss, I believe, has a deal still in place with Lucha Underground, unless they let him go of his deal or something. And a bunch of these talents are big, they're contracted elsewhere too. So I'm led to be thinking this. Now, you're promoting the Double or Nothing card and Double or Nothing roster. Well, are these guys and girls that are being signed? I mean, I'm pretty sure Britt Baker is like, I only think of her as an example. Yeah, I'm sure she's like signed for AEW, period. I'm sure Nyla, Sunny, and Kylie Ray, and are all signed for the long haul. But for the Japanese women that are here, are they here permanently? Like, how often are the OWE talents going to come in, and how often are the AAA talents going to come in? I know SCU are signed for a long-term deal, and they're exclusive to AEW. Jericho's not exclusive to AEW, but he'll be able to work dates in Japan. I want to know if these talents are signed for long-term deals, or are most of them, if not or most of them signed for just Double or Nothing